Hello and welcome everybody. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box and I'll make a start. Okay, Oha, Lisa, thank you. Thank you everyone for being on the call. Maria, good to see you. Again, welcome everyone to our amazing call today. Today is Monday, the first day of the week. Artie, thank you. And I welcome every single person on the call. Please, can you all give me an indication of where you're from? And then we'll make a start in about 2 or 3 seconds. Leeds, amazing place. Birmingham, Manchester, London, Italy, one of my favorite places in the world. Amazing pizza. Leicester, Mauritius, again, a beautiful place. Welcome from Mauritius. And again, everybody, welcome. Good to see you on the call. And what I want to do today is I want to talk about something related to skill. And obviously we do a lot of mindset training. And today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and talk about skill set and the types of things that I do on a daily basis to ensure success. Now, today what I want to talk about is one of my favorite topics, and that is the topic of the 4 Ps. So today we're going to talk about the 4 Ps. So if anyone knows what the 4 Ps are, please drop me a chat message and I will see if you get it. By now, all the leaders on this call should know what the 4 Ps are. Can someone please tell me what at least one of the 4 Ps is? Prospecting. Thank you, Elisa. So prospecting is one of the 4 Ps. Practice. Artie, no. But practice is a very good word. Promoting, presenting. Thank you, Olha. Amazing. Artie, yes. Promoting, presenting, prospecting, and personal development. Those are the 4 Ps. And the reason I want to talk about the 4 Ps today is because the 4 Ps are so important. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with prospecting. These are in no particular order, but I'll talk about prospecting first because as with the other Ps, you should be prospecting every single day. Okay, in this business, it's not about you, it's about the people that you can help to become financially free, people that you can help hit their goals. It's not just about your goals, and prospecting is all about that. Now, at this stage, I just want to show you one of the books that I've had for quite some time. This book is Go Pro, 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional by Eric Worre. Now, I thoroughly recommend this book. And if you don't yet have this book, get yourself a copy of the book. It's not a very big book. It's only about 149 pages, and it's a very easy read. The font is also quite big as well. And so thoroughly recommend you this book. If you want to hit the high ranks in this business, in any business, in fact, within this industry, I'd recommend you get this book, Eric Worre by Go Pro. And some of the teachings that I'm going to go through today are from that book. And also Eric Worre is amazing when it comes to network marketing, and I'm planning to be, well, I was planning to be at his event. I think it was in Las Vegas. Thousands of people are in attendance every single year, but this year I don't think it's going to happen. I haven't had confirmation, but again, look him up on YouTube. He does some amazing training. So back to prospecting. The first thing you need to do when you prospect is look at your list. How many people do you have on your phone? How many people do you have in your phone book? So what we call these people is the warm list. So this is something you should have done on the first day of joining this business. Now, everyone, or most people that come into this business, a lot of people that have come through myself and my colleagues, my other leaders, have said, look, we're not really interested in building the business. We only want to trade. And I say to them, okay, that's okay. But I guarantee you within 3 months, within 6 months, you'll come back to me and say, look, I've learned how to trade. I've put some very good successful trades in regularly. I now want to start talking to people. However, the way you should run this business is that you should be prospecting from day one. You should be trading from day one. Do not come into this business and say to yourself, you know, I'm going to start inviting people to the business 6 months after I join, because that will be not just a disservice to you, it will be a disservice to the people that you know and love. A lot of people have come into this business through recommendations from other people, and this has happened to me as well. I've had family members in this business that have joined because some other leader has invited them rather than myself. You know, my own blood, my own family members have joined this business through other people because I haven't invited them on time. So my recommendation to you is to come into this business from the outset and start inviting people and helping them to hit their goals. And if you can do this, what you'll find is that your goals will also get smashed. Now, going back to prospecting, the first element of prospecting is for you to look at your warm list. How many people do you have in your mobile phone directory? In my case, for those of you that have met me in person, you will know that I have thousands, not hundreds, not tens of people. I have thousands of people in my phone directory. On average, the average person will have at least a couple of hundred people in their phone book. And what you need to do is, when you join the business, even if you've been a member for a few weeks or a few months, let's start today as if this is the launch of your business. Let's start today by looking at the people in our phone book, and this is our warm list, looking at those people, writing their names down on a list, on a piece of paper with their phone numbers, and contacting them and telling them about the business. Because your warm list is a very, very good start. And if you haven't yet looked at your warm list, then you're doing a disservice to the people that you know. Now, it does not matter if you think that people in your warm list may not be interested in the business, because what you'll find, and I found this out myself as well, is that people that I know and love, I've thought that they would not be interested in the business. However, they are interested in the business. So you cannot read people's minds. So what you need to do is get a list of your warm people and contact every single person that you know. Contact your family, your friends, people at work, your colleagues, your boss or bosses, employees if people work for you. Speak to every single person that you know. If you go to a church, a mosque, a temple, speak to the people that you meet in these places of worship on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, because what you'll find is that when there's a community of people with a like-minded interest, you'll find that they are more likely to relate to you, and also they're more likely to do very, very well in this business should they join. So speak to people in your places of worship. We have so many pastors, imams, and leaders from temples and mosques and churches around the world who are now in this business and are absolutely smashing this business. So speak to people in those arenas and tell them about the opportunity. If you take part in any pursuits like football, cricket, sports, dancing, whatever it is, gym, speak to people that you meet on a regular basis. And what you'll find, whether you know this or not, is that some of those people will be interested in this business. So as a bit of homework for you today, go through your phone book and look at the people that you know. My question to you is, who do you know? And what you should say to your prospects is, if they say to you point blank, you know what, I'm not interested, haven't got the time at the moment. What you say to them is, who do you know that is intelligent, entrepreneurial, and open to opportunities that would not mind earning an additional income? Okay? If your prospect says to you, I don't know anyone, you say to them, who do you know that is intelligent, entrepreneurial, and open to opportunities, who wouldn't mind an additional income? And what you'll find is that when you say this to people, they themselves will introduce themselves to you as someone who might be interested in addition to other people. So I'll say this to every single person that I know, who do you know that's intelligent, entrepreneurial, and wouldn't mind an additional income stream? And a lot of people come through this avenue. Now, the only reason for you to have an exposure when you're speaking to people is to set up the next exposure. So many people will not join the first time you speak to them. So do not get disheartened. I've spoken to people literally for years before they've joined the opportunity. And when they've joined the opportunity, they've absolutely smashed it. So when you speak to someone for the first time, you can introduce them to a call, a promotion, a webinar, an event. It does not matter what it is. It can be your own one-to-one with them, only for you to have that interaction and then to introduce them to the next interaction. On average, people will join the business after 5 to 7 interactions. Write that down. Note takers or money makers, please make notes so that you can refer back to your notes over and over again. On average, it takes 5 to 7 interactions for someone to join the business. It's very, very rare, certainly in my case and a lot of the other leaders, for someone to join the business after only 1 interaction. So what you need to do is you need to have the first interaction to promote the next interaction. So what you'll say to your prospects is, you know, there's a webinar or an event or a meeting on this date. Can you make it? Let's make this event happen. Let's get you to the meeting. Once they are at that meeting and they've been through the presentation, you speak to them again and say, look, let's arrange a call today or tomorrow to discuss what you enjoyed most about that presentation. Then you have that further interaction and prep up another meeting further down the line. Obviously, at each of these stages, you can perhaps ask them if they are interested to join. And if they are, then great, you've got another prospect who's become a customer. If they're not, prep up the next meeting and keep doing this over and over again. And people will eventually join the business. And that's why prospecting is so powerful. And that's why you should be doing this on a daily basis. Prospecting is, one of the cornerstones of how you can grow this business, and definitely do it every single day. If you have a doctor, and we all have doctors, dentist, your mechanic, your hairdresser, people working at Tesco's or Sainsbury's, these are all people that you can potentially speak to about this business. At the moment, around the world, thousands and thousands, in fact millions of people have lost their jobs because of what's happening in the economy today. The economy has taken a nosedive because of the lockdown and the fact that many businesses have not been able to run. Many businesses have become bankrupt, and many thousands, if not millions of people have lost their jobs all over the world. These people are looking for opportunities so that they can earn their bread and butter, so that they can feed their families. And this is why now is one of the best times ever for you to be promoting this business. If you can get even one person in who's lost their job, who comes into the business, makes it work for them, and is able to feed their family, then that in itself is a good enough reason for you to be doing this business. The more people you help, the more God will help you. Focus on your customers, on your prospects, help them to achieve their goals, and your goals will be achieved automatically. That is how I operate. I operate from a position of gratitude, and also from helping and supporting my teams to succeed, because I know further down the road that success will come back to me. If you use the same principle yourself, you'll do amazingly well, not just in this business, but in any business, in fact, in your life. So operate from a position of gratitude, help your teams, your prospects, your customers, help them do really well on the trading, on building their own businesses, and you'll do well as well. What you need to do is to plug your people into the system, and the system saves yourself time, energy, and money. We have an amazing system here. All you need to do is introduce people to that system. Okay? What you should be doing, in addition to speaking to your warm list, is social media. I just cannot emphasize how important social media is today. Social media is huge. Billions of people are on social media every single day. Billions. Facebook has over 2 billion members. That's a huge number. That's bigger than countries. That's how many people are on social media every day. You've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. You should be using these every day to find prospects and people who are hungry to succeed via this business opportunity. If you're not using social media today, it's a huge, huge disservice to yourself and to your potential prospects and customers that could potentially join this business. So please, if you're not using social media, start using it from today. I'm going to ask Mandeep. In fact, Mandeep is doing some social media training after my presentation today, so that you have no excuse not to be able to find people via social media. I've grown my business from the internet. 99% of people in this business, in my team, have come to me via the internet, and social media plays a big part on that. In addition to social media, you should be using avenues like Eventbrite. If you're not using Eventbrite at the moment, again, you're missing out big time. The markets are picking up again. We've had a lockdown. People are now attending events. If they're not able to attend events in hotels, I know people who have run events in their houses, and also you can actually get an Airbnb, and you can hold events in Airbnbs as well. It's not impossible to get people together to teach them, train them how to trade, and also how to build their businesses. Where there's a way, so where there's a will, there's a way. If you believe in this business, you can get people into this business. All you have to do is have the belief, and that is 99% of the job done. You should be attending networking events. Networking events have started up again. Go onto Google and search networking events in my local area. You can search for business events, entrepreneur events, events on internet marketing, property investing. Look at your local chamber of commerce, because they will also be running events as well. So make sure you get out there and prospect to people. It's one of the 4 Ps, and it's hugely, hugely important. If you are able to crack the prospecting game, your business will shoot through the roof. Okay? Get prospecting and get it and do it well. Speak to, if you have a team and you're on this call, speak to every single person in your team and ask them, who do you know? Who do you know is the key phrase here. Who do you know who is entrepreneurial, intelligent, and willing or happy to earn an additional income? Who do you know that fits that criteria? And what you'll find is that people do know people. In this business, we find people through people. We can find absolute gems and diamonds through people. Start off with your warm list, and you need to spend a lot of time on social media, not looking at people's profiles aimlessly, but having an objective in mind. And your objective is to find the leaders in your business, and you can do that through social media. I've done that through social media, and there's no reason why you can't do that either. So that's prospecting. The second P that I want to talk about today is promoting. Okay, so promoting is when you are inviting your prospects to an event, to a meeting. It can even be a one-to-one. It can be a large event of thousands of people. Obviously, we're not going to have those events just today or tomorrow, but they will come back. We have a very, very large event planned for September of 2021, likely to be in Houston, where we are expecting 15 to 20,000 people. Prior to that, we are also looking at planning events in London, in Birmingham, and other cities around the country in the UK and also the USA. What you should be doing is promoting the next event over and over and over again. Now, this event, it does not have to be an event that's been organized by somebody else. You can organize this event. You can go today into any hotel and sit down with whatever the lockdown rules are at the moment, 6 to 10 people, and hold your own mini event in the bar area, in the cafe. All of this is permissible, and you can do this. You can hold a little event in your house. If you want to have a bigger group, you can get yourself an Airbnb for one day or a couple of days and hold events there. I know people that have booked out Airbnbs for weeks, where they hold events every single day, and their business has had huge, huge momentum. So you should be doing this. Arrange your one-to-ones, your Zooms, your group events, large events if you want to, but you should be presenting at these events every single day. It doesn't have to be a large event. You don't have to have thousands of people. It can be just one people. It can be a one-to-one. So what you should be doing when you're prospecting, and again, going back to what I said before, you need to be queuing up the next interaction. So you speak to someone, invite them to an event, whether it's a one-to-one Zoom, a one-to-one in person, does not make a difference. Invite them to the next interaction, which in my recommendation should be an event, one-to-one or group event. Get them to that event and do your presentation. Okay? We have guest presentations in our system, in our team, every single day. We have a guest presentation every single day. So for whatever reason, if you're not able to do the guest presentation yourself, you get your people to the next guest presentation. Every single day we have a guest presentation. We have one today, we have one tomorrow, we have one on Friday, the weekend. Every single day we have guest presentations because we have a system in place that will save you time, energy and money. And that is why we're doing this. Make the most of the system. You should be inviting 1 to 3 people to every single guest presentation we do. And you can do that so easily from social media, from Eventbrite and other avenues that you should be using today. Okay? Your next event could be a 3-way call with you, the prospect, and your mentor or one of your mentors. And here, what you need to do is edification. You need to edify the mentor and the organization, and that is half the battle won already. Okay? Edification is so important. We've talked about this many, many times. If you are able to edify your leader, your mentor, the organization, your prospect will have belief from the outset. And when they have belief in the product, in the service, in the system that we have, they're more likely to come on board and do very, very well. And that's why you should arrange these 3-way calls whenever possible and edify your mentors over and over and over again. And you need to develop a culture in your team of what I'm talking about today. So the 4 P's that I'm talking about, you need to embed this culture within your team as well. So many of you on this call have your own team groups, and what you should be doing on a daily basis is embedding the culture of the 4 P's. So the prospecting, the promoting, the presenting, the personal development. Whatever you're doing, you need to get that duplicated across your organizations. Your prospects and your prospects should be coming onto your calls, and what you'll find is that when that happens, your business will explode. Excuse me. Going back to events, we will be holding bigger events very, very soon, and your focus should be to get people onto those events. All 6- and 7-figure earners attend events. I'll say that again. All 6- and 7-figure earners attend events. You will see me at every single event local to where I live. I'll be there at every single event. Even if only 2 people turn up, I'll be one of those 2 people. So it's hugely important for you to get out of the house. If there's an event local to where you are, get yourself there and get your prospects there. At my local event, I will always have at least, I'll say between 1 and 10 prospects at that event, because I've built that culture. And every single person on this presentation should have the same culture. Let's duplicate. It's because when you duplicate, amazing, amazing things will happen. In network marketing, it doesn't matter what works, it only matters what duplicates. So have an ethos, have a culture of duplication, and teach your team how to absolutely smash this business and make the most of the 4 P's that we're talking about now. The next P I want to talk about, another very, very important P, is the P of presenting. So this is the 3rd P. You need to become an expert at presenting the business. Now, when I started this business just over a year ago, I was presenting from day 1. I did not wait for people, my leaders, my mentors, to present for me on my behalf. I was literally presenting from day 1 in this business. On this call, every single person should know by now how to present. If you do not know how to present, you should be getting yourself onto the guest presentations every single day and watching the experts present. That is how I did it. I watched other people present. In fact, I've been doing this for years. I've been watching top presenters present for years. And then I've taken the best of the best and used that in my own presentations. If you don't know how to present today, get yourself onto the guest presentations every single day and learn how to present. This skill will take you from Whatever you're earning today to 6 or 7 figures within a couple of years, presenting is so important. Do not rely on other people to present for you, because other people may not be available all the time. Your mentors and leaders may be, we're very, very busy. We've got so many teams to support. We may be busy elsewhere. So you need to be able to present. And when you're presenting yourself on a daily basis and you're doing it well, your team will explode. So just write that down. Presenting is so, so important. Now, another thing you can do is try and record or get a recording of the presentations, and then you can watch them over and over and over again. If you are ever given the opportunity to do a testimonial and any of the calls, you should be jumping at that opportunity, because the more testimonials you do, the more you speak in public, the better you will become. So jump on the opportunity to give testimonials when you are required to do one, and you'll find that by doing them over and over again, you will get better at them. You need to have an elevator pitch ready. So whenever someone asks you for your testimonial, you should be able to do it with your eyes closed, blindfolded, upside down in a vat of oil. You should know it so well. So be sure to have an elevator pitch, and by doing this over and over again in the public space, in front of people, whether it's on a Zoom call, a webinar, in a meeting, in front of thousands of people, if you do this over and over again, what you'll find is that your presentation skills will automatically become amazing. So please jump at these opportunities. Now, the fortune is in the follow-up. I've said this many, many times. The fortune is in the follow-up. So after your presentation, excuse me, after someone's been to a presentation, whether you do it yourself or someone does it on your behalf, always, always follow up. If you do not follow up, you will lose those prospects and they will join somebody else. If you have 2 people doing the same presentation and one person follows up and the other doesn't, the prospect will go to the person that's followed up. So always follow up. The fortune is in the follow up. Okay, so I've talked about promoting, prospecting, and presentations. The final P is the P of personal development. And by now, you should know this inside out. Personal development is so, so, so important. And one of the reasons for this is that your income, whatever you earn, your profits, your income, will rarely, seldom exceed your personal development. I'll say that again. Your income will seldom exceed your personal development. If you are not today personally developed to be a millionaire, you will not earn £1 million or dollars a year. You have to be personally developed to a certain extent to earn that income level. And what you'll find is that the 6-figure earners, the 7-figure earners are developed to a certain standard, and you need to be at that standard. And there's a lot of things you can do to get to that level. And I'll talk about that now. And one of the things I want to mention today is, who do you listen to? Who do you listen to every single day? Most of the time, you'll be listening to yourself. You'll be listening to the naysayers, the negative people. So my question to you is, who do you listen to, and can you change that? You need to change who you are listening to every single day. The voices in your head, you have to change that. Bob Proctor trains us every other week. How many of his videos have you listened to over and over again? What I tend to do is I listen to Bob Proctor not once, not twice, tens of times, if not hundreds of times. The gems he gives us in his bi-weekly sessions, I don't know if you know, but they are extremely, extremely valuable, and you won't get them the first time. You won't get them the second time. You need to be listening to them over and over again. And if you haven't done so today, again, part of your homework, go into your back office and listen to what Bob Proctor is saying, because the information he gives is valuable, and it will change you, and it will personally develop you so that you can earn the 6 and 7 figures that you know you can earn. Millionaires, people that win the lottery and become millionaires, if you go online and search where they are today, 90% of them have lost their wealth. Because if I was to give you £1 million and you are not personally developed to handle that wealth, you will lose it all within days, within weeks, within months. Multi-millionaires, people that have won millions of pounds or dollars in lotteries, lose their money because they are not able to hold on to that wealth because they are not personally developed. Develop yourself personally, read books. Leaders are readers. I try to read a new book every single week. Sometimes I'll read the same book again if I've read it, a few months back. Try and read something new every single week. If you can read a book a week, absolutely amazing. A book a week is around 50 books a year. Leaders are readers. You speak to any reader in this business or any other business, and they will tell you that they read every single day. So leaders, readers, okay? Leaders are readers. Now, that was all I wanted to talk about on my session. I wanted to cover the 4 Ps because we mention them every time. The 4 Ps are so, so important, and you need to basically, in this business, make sure that you've got the 4 Ps covered. Okay? That is hugely, hugely important. What I want to do now is get a couple of people online and to speak about where they've come from and how they've done this. So I'm just looking through my list to see if I can find someone to give their story. And I'm looking for Simone. I'm not sure. I can't see you, Simone. Are you, Simone? If you drop me a chat message, let me know who you are.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you're here. So
yes.
You are Simi.
I'm Simi. Sorry.
Okay, let's pin you a video.
Okay.
How are you, Simone, by the way?
I'm doing well, thank you. Shall I turn on my video?
We can, yes, turn on your video. I was just about to do somebody else, but that's fine.
Okay, all right, sorry. No, go ahead.
So if you turn on your video, Simone, I can't see you, yes?
Oh,
let's get your video on and I can make you, I can.
Oh my God, okay. It's saying Zoom is unable to detect my camera. This is really odd.
Okay. You keep trying. It's not
okay.
It's not a problem. And I'll give you a few more seconds. Otherwise, I'll get somebody else on, and then we'll come back to you.
Okay. All right. Oh God.
So I think you should be able to turn your video on. But while you're doing that, let me see if I can find Alvin. Alvin, are you on the call?
Hello.
Alvin, is your video working?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 Alvins. Okay, cool. I almost got
right. Which one are you talking about, me or the other Alvin?
No, you're the one I was looking for.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very, very well. So, Alvin, you are a business student, and you've been in the business for a few months, and you also work in Tesco's. How's Tesco going for you at the moment?
Tesco's is currently a bit of a nightmare, but it's because of the current situation and the crisis.
Yeah,
it is a bit of it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of hard-earned hours, and it's a mess currently. So
in Tesco's, are you a senior manager or are you working the shelves?
Just working on the shelves. Yeah, just customer assistant. Yeah.
So 5 years from today, do you still see yourself working the shelves in Tesco's?
No, not really. 5 years from now on, I'm not even thinking about being a manager in Tesco's. Not really I'm not really wanting to work a 9 to 5, 5 years from now on.
So what made you join this business? Tell us your story. And I know you're a student, you work in Tesco's, and I've met you in person as well. You're hugely, hugely motivated. And as Maria is saying, the future is looking bright for you. And welcome to this presentation. This is the first time you're doing a testimonial. Give us your story. Why are you doing this? What is your why? And what are you hoping to achieve, Alvin?
Right, well, thank you. Well, first of all, I hope everyone is doing really well and everyone is ready to get this week started with your trades and your prospecting. And I am currently studying my bachelor's in business. I'm going into my final year. And just going back to myself, really, I'm like always a person who's wanting to learn and grow. And that's how I've come across this business, through my good friend and my brother, Mohammed. And the way, like, I always wanted to go into forex, and always had that curiosity of what forex was in itself. And there was always the case of I didn't really want to do a 9 to 5 after I'd done my degree, because I kind of saw it not really, in a few years' time, by the time I'm 30, I'm not really wanting to do a 9 to 5. And the first step was, to actually start into the forex market. And as I was looking, one of my good friends that I've met just doing presentations at uni, we became really good friends, and he approached me about this business, and he told me about the amazing platform that and the massive support system that you get offered from this business. So it took me, at the time, I will be honest, it took me a while to decide, because my mindset, I would say, wasn't at the right place, because it took me about a good 2 months, because at the time I was busy with uni. I had all the excuses with I was looking too much into my career, looking for placements at the time as well. And then there was the whole part of COVID, which didn't really go down well for my placements and what I was wanting to do. And straight into that, I wanted to dedicate my time to get into this. And since then, I've not really looked back. I've come a long way. Going back to the 4 Ps, personal development has been a massive thing for me. When it comes to personal development, looking back for a few months how I was compared to what I am today, I feel like I've come a long way and grown a lot from, just from looking at, I used to, going back a few months, I used to blast Bollywood music in my car. Now I'm here listening to audiobooks. Now I'm here listening to audiobooks, listening to The Secret, repeat over and over again. Currently I'm going through Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, I never really expected myself to be sitting in my car and doing that a few months down the line. But this platform and by this amazing support system, actually doing something like this, and I can relate myself to all the things that's being said. Currently, I'm going through Rich Dad and Poor Dad, the cash flow quadrant. At the time, I could tell myself, 2 months time, I was looking into just building my career, when I was not really looking into investment. Now, a few months down the line, I'm happy with my trades. I'm doing my trades, I'm doing all my 4 Ps, and it's going great, really. And my aim is to build massive momentum, aim for that chairman, always learn and grow, and and be grateful to God and my family and all the people that are supporting me. So,
Thank you, Alvin. That was absolutely amazing. If you were to give me one sentence on, how you feel at the moment, and what do you recommend for other people that have just joined this business or are looking to join this business, what would you say in one sentence?
What would I say in one sentence? Just be willing to learn, learn and grow, and just listen to what your mentor's saying. Mohammed, Dr. Jav, Mandu, they're the main 3 people that have helped me with all the resources. Just go for it and just don't look back and push through it.
Okay, thank you, Alvin. It's been a pleasure having you on the call. Again, thank you so much. And
thank you.
We'll see you again very, very soon.
Thank you.
Okay, brilliant. Let's see if we can find Simone now. Simone, are you back on the call?
Yes, I am. Can you see me?
One second. This technology is driving me mental. Let's have a look. Simone, I can see you.
Oh, sorry. I've had to switch to my mobile because I don't know what's happening with my laptop, but yeah.
It's great to have you on the call, Simone. For the benefit of everybody on this call, Simone is a mother. She's a professional accountant, and also she lives in London. And you've since I've known you in the short space of time, you've done absolutely amazing. And as I can see, the chat boxes, people are calling you boss woman. You are a boss woman, whether you like it or not. And
thank you, guys.
The ranks. You're an amazing trader, Simone. Let us know what keeps you awake at night, if anything.
Oh God. So I have to say, first of all, I think like many people, when I was growing up, I had this idea of what it means to be successful, which is to go to uni, get your degree, get a nice job, get a nice career going, and and then that will be your happily ever after. And then that happened for me. I studied, I went to university, I got this really amazing degrees. And when I had my daughter, I just realized that this life is not all what it's actually thought to be, because you spend so much time away from your family, commuting to work, and just never having enough time to just be a mother or just have a life, really. And I just started, I think about 3-4 years ago, my daughter went to school, I just became a bit more entrepreneurial. I started to think, what can I do to be my own boss, to work for myself, to have financial freedom so that I can spend my time the way that I want. And over the years, I think that I've been developing myself personally and also business-wise. And then this opportunity came to me, and I have to say, like, to be honest, when I first thought of it, I didn't really think, oh yes, I'm going to be, doing forex, and this is the most exciting opportunity. But then I went on the first guest call, and it was just mind-blowing. I mean, everybody is just so, enthusiastic, the passion in their voices, the mentorship, the mindset training that you get. It was just, it was just life-changing for me. And I can't even believe that I've learned to trade. Like, it's been an amazing journey so far, and I just know that it's only going to get better from here. So I'm really, really excited to be part of this, the company, the people that I'm with. It's incredible. So I'm really, really privileged to be here, and I'm just excited for what is to come in the future.
Simone, it's very good having you on the call, because you might not know this, but everybody is watching you. You shot through the ranks, and we know that you are going to smash the next rank within a couple of days.
I can't wait. Honestly, I'm not even, to be honest, I'm quite introverted by nature. And so when I first joined, I just thought, you know what, I'm really just going to focus on the trading side of it. I don't think I'm good at prospecting, or I don't think anyone would, I don't think I have the confidence to approach people and talk about any business. But frankly, when you, they say you become who you hang around with, or who you surround yourself with. And that's what you get in this company. You just, everybody, is just so enthusiastic and so passionate. And, all of that rubs off on you. And you just find yourself being more confident to talk about, the business. And I feel like I can't stop. Like, everybody I speak to, I'm less so now I think of it less as, I'm trying to sell something to them. I'm more of, I'm also giving them the opportunity to learn and grow, and I'm helping someone, and that mindset shift is just everything, really. So now I'm constantly thinking, who else can I help? Who else can I bring in here so that they can also better their lives and grow personally? It's a lot of personal development as well.
I think because your why is so strong, and that's why you're doing so well. And everybody just write Simone's name down. You will see more of her. Simone, you've done amazingly well in the short time you've been here. And
Thank
like
you.
I said before, we are all watching you, and we're praying for your progress. And again, you will smash this business over and over again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So the last person to have on the call, again, thank you, Simone. Amazing to see you as always, is Lisa. Lisa, are you here?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can't see you. Can I see you? Okay, Lisa is in the house, everybody. So welcome, Lisa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, really, really well. So for the benefit of everybody, Lisa is a student and a model. And to be honest, I think I've met you once. And since I've met you, you've grown massively, not in size, but in personal development. So Lisa, welcome to the call. And I know you're extremely motivated. You have an amazing team up there in the north of the UK. Tell us what motivates you and brings you here to the call. What made you want to do trading and join this amazing, I wouldn't say organization, but amazing culture?
Well, for me, currently I'm doing my A-levels and I'm in college. But the reason I chose Forex was because I wanted more in life than a 9-to-5. I realized I needed to educate myself on how to really make money, because in school they barely teach you how to save money rather than make a lot of money. And so I started to look around and I came across Forex. And for me, that was practically a gold mine, because before then I used to think my goals were impossible to achieve. but forex, and watching these amazing chairmen and chairwomen, it made me believe. And so, yeah, as you said, I am an aspiring model. And for me, forex can act as a vehicle to get me there. So like, it doesn't mean that I have to just do forex all my life just because I've decided to get into this business. It's a vehicle for me to make my dreams come true and have the life I've always wanted, because money and time is no longer an issue.
I think, Lisa, I think you will make it. Whatever you choose to do, you've got all it takes. I don't know if you know this, but I was a model as well. I'm still waiting for my first assignment. So anyway, that's another story. But again, amazing to have you on the call. And Mandeep, thank you for those laughing emojis. Anyway, again, you're going places at such a young age. And again, everybody make a note of Lisa's name. You will see her more and more, and she will absolutely smash the business as well. Lisa, thank you so much for being on the call. And again, we'll speak to you again very, very soon. What I'm going to do now is bring another model onto the call, Mandeep. And of course, Mandeep is our model from Leicestershire. And we were going to do social media training, but as always, because of Mandeep, we've run out of time. So what we'll do is next week, I think we'll do, I'll speak for a few minutes, and then I'll let Mandeep do a longer session on social media training. But anyway, prior to that, Mandeep, welcome to the call. How are you?
Thank you, Dr. Jav. I'm good. I've just been listening to all the amazing testimonials and everything. So, it's looking great. I mean, I love the energy in the group. I think this is amazing, and loving life, which was a very different story, a few years ago, but we'll come on to that in a second. So yeah, what do you want to do? Do you want to do like a Q&A, or do you want to do like shall I just sort of do a quick 5-10 minute fire shot?
Yeah, because you're such an experienced person, you've got years and years under your belt, and you've been around the blocks a few times. Just give it a quick 5 minutes, and I'll jump in where I need to, and definitely take it away.
Okay, perfect. So the number one thing I want to ask everybody is, how is everyone doing? And Abir, I totally agree, Dr. Jav is taking my limelight. But how is everyone doing? Give me some fire. If you're on fire, put some fire emojis, put some 222s in the box. Let's see who's awake. You know me, Miss Energy. I need to see the energy in the group. Obviously, we can't unmute everybody. So we've got Lisa, we've got Mohammed. Yeah, we've got Maria, Shiza, Ola, Lisa, Dav, Beer. Amazing. Who else do we have? Okay. And the same people. Samir, Elvin. Okay, good. Pranav, Razia. Welcome. Simone. Mervin. Okay, good. So everybody's doing good. Okay, I wanted to speak about this in five minutes, number 5. So there's 5 minutes left of this call, and what I'm going to explain to you is the power of 5, because it's a very important number. And the reason why is because there are just 5 days left of the end of the month. There are 5 days left of the end of July 2020. How are you going to end your month? And after July, there are 5 months left of the year. How are you going to end your year? Let me repeat what I just said. 5 days left of July, 5 months left of the year. How do you plan to end your month and your year? Because everything starts with a decision. Everything starts with a decision. And we know this, everybody knows this. Success is 90 to 99% spiritual and 1 to 10% physical. So all we have to do is just decide. If you're on this call right now thinking, you know what, I want to have an amazing forex account, I want to be a top trader, make a decision to do it. If you are someone on the call who wants to build a massive business, make a decision to do it. Get a commitment out of yourself where your diary, when you look at your diary, hopefully everybody has a diary, but your diary is just packed every single day. This has been my diary during quarantine. I don't know if you can see it properly, but every day, can you see that? Literally full with appointments and Zoom calls and team trainings and a lot of things. We need to use this time effectively to ensure that we get to where we want. The other thing I'm going to talk about is, are you living in your goal? Your goal needs to be in 5 places. Remember that magic number 5? Where is your goal right now? Is it on the bathroom mirror? Is it in your wallet? Is it in your purse? Is it on your bedside table? Is it on the wall as you're walking down the stairs? Is it in your lounge? Is it in your kitchen? Wherever you are most, please ensure that you have your goal printed out. And by the way, quarantine is pretty much over, so we can go to the shop, we can print out a goal on a nice bit of cardboard, get it laminated. Artie's is in the fridge, which I love. She was the lady who had our goal in the fridge, because she said, you know what, I'm always in the fridge. I know she won't mind me saying. And you know, I thought, yeah, that's actually true. I'm always in the fridge, so I'm going to do the same thing. And Jav's is in the oven. You know, so whatever floats your boat, guys, just do it. If it's in the fridge or the oven or the freezer, whatever works for you, put your goal there, because that's what you're going to be looking at all the time. Even if I stop my video, you can see my goal right there. It is there. I am living and breathing it all the time. When I look at my desk, I am living and breathing my goal all the time. So what is your goal? Whether it's trading, whether it's to be a top forex trader and be teaching, I don't know, ECC 11, it'd be great to hand the baton to someone, or whether it's to do with building a business and impacting people. When we impact 500 people, that's the number we need in order to hit chairman. If you're here and you want to get to Platinum 1000, you just need 30 people in your group. You will have impacted 30 people. Boom, you're Platinum 1K. That's an extra £800 a month for people in the UK, and $1,000 a month. That's perfect. Which job is going to give you an $1,000 pay rise in a month? Think about it. That's 12 grand a year, $12,000 a year extra that you can bump up your income. That could help cover your mortgage, your rent, your fuel, your food, your expenses. Go on a nice holiday, or put towards a great holiday or something, you know, giving it to your kids as, I don't know, a present, or helping towards a car payment, or whatever it is, whatever your dream is. Let's make this work. You know, this is our time. 2020 is the year of abundance, overflow, and prosperity. And my goodness, you are seeing it everywhere. The amount of wealth that has been created in the last 3 to 4 months has been absolutely phenomenal. Be that person that on the 31st of December, you're not the one saying, you know what, I'm so glad this year is over, but you're the one saying, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm here. I'm so happy and grateful I managed to achieve my goal. I'm so happy and grateful that prosperity came my way, abundance came my way. Remember, life and death are in the power of the tongue. So whatever you speak about comes about. I've got something that I need to just show you. Hang on a second. A couple of weeks ago on his Instagram, David Immanitier spoke about this book, The 7 Laws You Must Honor to Have Uncommon Success. So I literally ordered this off Amazon. I know Dr. Jav and I are always recommending books, but leaders are readers. So if we're recommending a book, it means it's a good thing, and it's a good book. But I just wanted to literally read the first sentence, because I just opened it up and I was like, wow, it's so powerful. It's really, really good. Okay, listen to this. God rules his world with his mouth. Everything God does, he does with words. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You can create any change you want with your mouth. Let me repeat that again. You can create any change you want with your mouth. So if right now you are sitting there thinking, I want more business, I want to impact more people, I want to grow my account, I want to grow my income, start speaking it, guys. Start speaking it. I'm so happy and grateful. Even if the odds are against you, even if your bank balance is in the minus, even if people are saying no to you right now, this is a scam, keep speaking abundance and feeling good. And I promise you, you will get there. You will get there as long as you use the power of your mouth and the tongue to keep repeating what you want to see. Remember, we need to live by our vision, not by our eyes, not by our senses. It's all about seeing things beyond our eyes with our vision. So my 5 minutes is up. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a quick fire round. Dr. Jav, back over to you.
Thank you, Mandeep. As always, that was absolutely amazing session. And please do get that book. That's an amazing book and a great recommendation from Mandeep and also from David Immanitier. So again, thank you every single person for being on this call. We've talked about the 4 Ps, you're prospecting, you're presenting, you're promoting, personal development. Mandeep's talked about goal setting. Goal setting is so, so important. And the reason my goals are in the oven is because I'm always on fire. Yeah, I smash through my goals every single day. So please have your goals all over the place, your goal board, whatever you want to call it, it should be all over the place. And yeah, let's make it happen. So I think we've been speaking now for almost 50 or so minutes. It's been awesome having you guys on this call today, and I actually look forward to doing these meetings on a weekly basis. So our team is growing, and it's growing fast, and every single person on this call is a leader, and I look forward to seeing you on our next presentation. We've got a guest presentation this Wednesday at 8 p.m. where both myself and Mandy will be doing the guest presentation. So please, as a minimum, have 3 people on that presentation, because we're here to make you succeed and to help you to hit those ranks that you know you can hit. My name is Dr. Jav. I'll see you all at the top, because the bottom is way, way too crowded. Thank you all, and I'll speak to you soon.